Dwayne here, PhoenixTypewriter.com. Got a big IBM D model here on the bench. It's just been cleaned and serviced, very minimal job done. Machine works surprisingly, and it's time to put the ribbon on. So this has a carbon ribbon. You open the machine with these latches that are hidden underneath here, one on each side. Let's pop the lid open, crank it up like this. Take a look inside here. This is the carbon ribbon version. So that's what we're going to put on. Full side carbon ribbon goes on this side, feeds through here, comes and connects over here to this side. So let's start on this side. And it's got a little diagram there. So this is the ribbon it takes. And open this little flap up. It's got a little deal here for that spindle to go on. It's optional. You can lay in there without it. We're going to put it in there, and it tells you which way the direction comes off the ribbon. So it's that way. So let's do it. Put this in here. And close that up. And let's just get this started right around that little, there's a little hook thing right there. It's got to go around there. Then we just got to start feeding it through the guides. Now the primary thing with this is it's got a dull side and a shiny side. There's this shiny side, and it's got a dull side on that side. Dull side needs to be against the paper. We want to see the shiny side. So when it comes through this guide, right here, this first one, it's got to take a twist so the shiny side is facing us, and dull side is facing the paper. So there's one arm that goes around right there. When it comes through here, just keep that same direction and put it right through the guide here. It's almost self-explanatory. It just falls right into place, just like that. And we move over here to this side. Just keep that same drill going, shiny side facing us around the post. Now we should be able to pull this, and it should pull through pretty easy, just like that. That means all is good. Over here now, we have the ribbon take-up portion. So we want to move this lever to start with to remove position. It says remove right there. Put that down to remove. What that does is it separates these feed rollers right here. And what we're going to do is, it's got a little arrow up here. I'm going to feed that ribbon through there, and through those two arrows we can take this cap off right now. So let's do that. So the little arrow says put it back down through here, and then pull it between those two wheels right there, just like that. Now again, we should be able to pull this right here, and it should pull through, and it is. So all is good. Now all we need down here is a little bit. We can cut off as much. We just need a little piece dangling right over that piece right there, just like that. What we're going to do with this take-up spool is just push it on right over that ribbon, and that's going to lock that ribbon in place. It's going to pinch it in here, and that's all we got to do. Some people put tape on here and then put the ribbon on, but that's not necessary. We should just be able to push this right on. When you remove it, it's got a spool release right here. That pops the spool off, and when there's a whole bunch of ribbon wrapped around here, the excess, the used up ribbon, you just hit eject and it pops the ribbon off that, and you start over again. Like I said, just got to dangle right here in the center and line that center piece up and push it on. Get a snap on there. Get a little snap, and that's it. She's ready to go. Well, not quite. We need to move this lever back to type. Right there. Put that back to type. And in theory, we are ready to go. So let's turn this monster on. And I saw it move, so it took up, slack took up, and it took up the thing, took up the slack. And I'm going to hit feed right here, and it should feed on through. So everything's turning. It's turning up here. You can see the ribbon turning. And you can see it turning down here, taking up. As soon as I hit stop, everything should stop. And we're ready to go. This should be typing. As far as ribbon selection goes, this machine only has two choices. On, off. On, off. In that position it won't type. This position, she types. She's not moving as much as I would like. There it goes. It's funny, this piece got flipped down on the other side. Must have been when I was cleaning it. It needs to be up in that position. There she goes. Now she's typing better. I'm feeding faster. Yeah, I got that in the wrong position when I was cleaning the machine, so she's working pretty good for an old timer. Pretty neat. Okay, so that's it as far as the ribbon goes. Let's close this thing up and show you a couple of the little features of the IBM D model. So this has margins set right there, and right there, way over there. The way you set margins on this machine is one button only. It's right here. It says margin reset. So best thing to do is take the carriage release and move the carriage by hand. You can move it to your left margin here. Hold that button down, move the carriage wherever you want it. When you let your finger up over here, that's going to be where the margin is at. So if I let it up there, the margin is way over there. Same thing on this side. You go over there, you grab it, hold it, move it where you want it. If you want it right there in the paper, release it, it's right there. So let's come back over here and grab this one right there, move it right there. Now we got a margin in that edge and that edge. That is how you do right and left margins, both with the same button right here. Pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. Last thing we're going to show you is how easy it is to remove the Platen roller on this. So what we do here is flick this cover open. In fact, let's move the paper bail, erase the table, flick this cover up, flick this cover up. It should just pop up like that. So now, look in here, it doesn't look like the roller wants to come out, but if you look real close here, you'll see these two mechanism right there. Open that up. There's a corresponding one on the other side, and that's it. The roller comes right out of there. You get to all the feed rollers that way. So it's just this little piece right here. When you put it back in, you just line the collar up on both sides, and it's settled in there. You just close this thing. It's got a little spring latch to it. Make sure it's in there all the way, which it must not be. There it goes. On the other side, close your little flap here. Close the other side. That's it. As That's how you change or remove the Platen on this IBM D model. And that's a quick little tutorial. Good day.